Good evening, students. The given question: which species has maximum number of D pi, P pi bonds? If you will see the question wise option number they have given I3 minus, P4 3 minus, SO4 2 minus, and CO2 minus. So first of all, I'll go with the option number B, C, D. I'll count the A then. And first one is that P4 3 minus. So option number B it is. If you will see the structure of this particular bond, well, ions, if you will phosphorus, the central atom, phosphorus atomic number is the 15. The configuration of the phosphorus will be 1s electron configuration, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p, 3e, and the 3d energy level become 0. So there is a 3s2, and this is the ground state level configuration. 3 P 3 1 2 3, and there is a 5 orbitals are there. So 1 2 3 4 5 3 empty. This is at ground state level. This is at ground state level. Then the structure of when it's bonded with oxygen, the phosphorus structure will form. So oxygen, there is the 4 oxygens will be there. So phosphorus valence electrons there are 5. So it will form double bond with one oxygen and zinc oxygen minus oxygen minus oxygen minus. You observe here this phosphorus one with O minus will form the sigma bond, sigma bond, sigma bond, and 1. Here the number of sigma bonds are 4. Number of sigma bonds are 4 and 1 pi, 1 pi bond. So here, if you will see, there is a 3 vacant orbitals. There will be a in 3s2 3p 3 vacant orbital, and here number of bonds are 4 bonds are there. Here the number of bonds are 4 sigma bonds and 1 pi bond. Total 5 bonds should be present here. Then, so this phosphorus will go for the excited state. When it will go to the excited state, this phosphorus will donate the 1 electron to this particular d orbital. Then it will form 3s1, 3p, 3, 3d, 1. So this is excited level state configuration. This one it was 3p, 3. This is the 3p, 3 single bond, single bond, single bond, and T bond. So in this case, this oxygen, there is 4 oxygens are there. One oxygen O minus will form the pi bond, O minus, O minus, and O minus, and O sigma bond. This is a sigma bond. This is the sigma bond, and this one is the sigma bond. This oxygen will form the sigma bond, and oxygen with this 3D will form the pi bond. That means oxygen is having the oxygen is the oxidation, and oxygen is the having the configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p, 4. So oxygen is containing the outermost valence shell oxygen is containing the outer valence shell 2p. So oxygen will show the one pi bond. Oxygen will show one pi bond pi. So this is the d pi, and with oxygen will show the p pi. So the number of d pi p bi's are here only one bond. Only one bond in P4, PO4, 3 minus. So as per, if you will observe this particular compound, if you will see this second one, if you will go see option SO4 2 minus. SO4 2 minus, if you will see here, the sulfur is 16. That means this sulfur will show that carbon double bond oxygen, carbon double bond oxygen, O minus and O minus. So this one will show sigma 1, sigma 1, sigma 1, sigma 1. So the sulfur will show the sulfur oxidation configuration, outermost configuration. 3s2, 3s2, 3p4, 3s2, 3p4, and 3d 0 configuration will show. 3D configuration will show here 3s2, 3s2, 3p4, 3p4, 1, 2, 3, and 3d 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, and here 1, 2, and 4 electrons are there. But this is ground state level configuration. So this will share the electron to this one for excited state. So then number 4 bonds will form. But here the sulfur will showing the 6 one. Then this one also will share 1 electron. So then excited state, in excited state, so this one will exist, this one will exist, ground state, excited state, 3s1, 3p3, 3d, 3d2. Why? Because the sulfur is showing 4 sigma bonds plus 2 pi bonds. So here 3s1, 1, 2, 3, and that means sulfur will show with oxygen 2 d pi p pi bonds, bonds. When it comes to the ClO2 plus chlorine Cl plus and O2. So ClO2 will show the 2 double bonds. So chlorine will show sigma, 2 sigma, here pi, here pi, and here pi bond will show. Though chlorine is having lone pair electron, and chlorine atomic number is 17, but here the chlorine is showing the Cl plus configuration, that means 16 electron. So it is also showing 3s2, 3p4, and 3d. So 3d 3, 3d 2 configuration will show 3s1, 3s1. So sorry, 3s 3s1. Okay, so here how many it will show? 4 by 1, 4 bonds will show this one. That means it will require, it is showing that, just a minute, this one will 3s2, 3s2, 3p3, 3d1, 3p3, 3d1. That means Cl plus will show CL plus will show 1 d pi p pi dot will show. And option number A won't show any I3 minus won't show any d pi p pi bonds. So the maximum number will show by which one? The maximum number of p pi d pi will show by this one as per the given option. SO4 2 minus is the correct option. Thank you very much, students.